I'm Cape Joel, and this is Comic Smack, your weekly, daily, all-the-time, anytime comic show where I give you your fix of everything you need to know from the world of comic books and superheroes. And on today's show, we're taking a closer look at Marvel Legacy issue number 1. The past, the present, and the future are all colliding, and a brand new era for Earth's mightiest heroes is waiting just around the corner. Let's hop on in together and find out what happens next, shall we? Alrighty then, so as we join the comic, we're about 10 billion years in the past. A much younger, much more impetuous, and much more rebellious Odin One-Eye is chastising the Hammer Mjolnir for not listening to his command. Jason Aaron, the man who's writing this book, has also been writing Thor for the last couple years, and recently we discovered that Mjolnir is alive, and as such, this scene makes a lot more sense in context. Odin is then joined by his current lover, the Avatar of the Phoenix Force. Yeah, that's right, frickin' the Allfather and the Phoenix Force were a couple. Wrap your mind around that for a second. It seems that they and their team, the first ever Avengers team made up of the original Black Panther, Starbrand, Iron Fist, and Doctor Strange, as well as Ghost Rider, were battling what they call a Sky Giant. Only this giant turns out to not be a mythical monster at all. In fact, it's a celestial, part of an ancient race belonging to the Marvel cosmology. Granted, this celestial looks a lot different than the ones we're familiar with. For one, it's a lot more advanced looking, and as Agamotto, the original Doctor Strange, puts it, it seems that this one was looking for something on Earth when it ran into the Avengers BC. Now, it turns out this actually wasn't a flashback at all, because next we check in with Robbie Reyes, the current Ghost Rider. He was having a dream, only it wasn't a dream at all. Something was speaking to him, something important. And we know this is pretty important too, because once Robbie gets his head together, he realizes that his car has actually driven him all the way to Africa. Cradle of civilization and staging place for that fight we saw with the Avengers BC. Robbie's also not the only one here. He runs into the current Starbrand as well. Only Starbrand is acting kinda crazy. He's protecting the site of the fight, and in doing so ends up getting all up in the Spirit of Vengeance's face. Not exactly a great move when this dude comes packing a penance stare. Now, as we soon discover, this is just one of many very important events happening in the Marvel Universe right now, because at this point we switch on over to Loki, who is currently leading a team of ice giants about his size to a mission on Earth. Their goal, steal a package from an important S.H.I.E.L.D. black site, and you know what, they couldn't have picked a better time to rob S.H.I.E.L.D. because it seems that the organization is going under right now, and I mean, really, who can blame them after they dropped the ball on the Secret Empire? Avengers members Sam Wilson and Jane Foster show up to do battle with the ice giants, and eventually they're joined by Ironheart to help them even the odds. Now from here, the story kind of jumps around a lot, and I will be spoiling some pretty major things, so if you want to go into this clean, skip ahead to the end. We see Steve Rogers, Captain America, roaming the country looking for some manner of solace after his name was dragged through the mud by his evil doppelganger in the Secret Empire. Mary Jane Watson is shocked to see that her employer, Tony Stark's comatose body, has gone missing from its resting place in Stark Industries, leaving no trace behind it. Danny Rand, Iron Fist, and Doctor Strange respond to a break-in attempt at the Sanctum Sanctorum. It seems that they too are having the same dreams of the Avengers BC that Robbie Reyes was having. Also, the would-be thief turns out to be none other than Norman Osborn, trying to amass magical powers for himself to make up for losing the Goblin Serum. But perhaps my most favorite moment is seeing the Human Torch and Ben Grimm the Thing atop what looks to be the Baxter Building. Again, the narration up until this point has been talking about legacy, and Ben and Johnny wonder if they're too old, if the world still needs them now. But they both eventually come to the realization that it doesn't matter who's forgotten them, they will go out of their way to make sure everyone remembers before shooting the Fantastic Four symbol up into the sky. From there we go deep underground, where a team of archaeologists end up waking the Celestial that the Avengers BC members were fighting. This thing is very angry and wants to finish the fight with the descendants of those that had trapped it. Now, while the Avengers had managed to root most of the ice giants who were attempting to rob the S.H.I.E.L.D. installation, one got away with the package Loki wanted, only that giant ends up getting sideswiped by a beer truck. And the driver of that truck turns out to be none other than frickin' Logan Wolverine. Not Old Man Logan, the original, who's broken out of his adamantium tomb and is back now to save, get this, an Infinity Stone from Loki and the Giants. What does Stone Cold Steve Austin and Wolverine have in common? Well, a lot of things, but now they have a beer truck in common. This stone being found on Earth also has a massive ripple effect throughout the Marvel cosmology, as somewhere out in the deep dark reaches of space, Earth is being watched over by none other than Valeria and Franklin Richards, the son and daughter of Reed and Sue Richards. While Franklin is more than happy exploring new universes as his parents create them, Valeria wants nothing more than to return home as the comic ends. So that was Marvel Legacy issue number 1, everybody, and overall I would say it had a little something for everybody. Personally, I thought we would see more of a through line with the Avengers BC, but really they're just a framing device. But one that seems to have the option to come back the next time they need them. Overall, I think this book actually does a pretty good job getting people up to speed on what's happening in the Marvel Universe right now and what can we expect moving forward into Legacy. There's also a ton of really much appreciated connective tissue with books that are happening right now, like Iron Man and Spider-Man. I was not expecting that, but it was definitely rewarding to me. The book definitely looks great. Aaron was certainly the proper writer for this. The theme of Legacy is very strong in the book. What has come before, what will happen in the future. And with such big returns as the Fantastic Four and the original Wolverine, I hope this is Marvel signaling to its fans that, hey, we're sorry we took these toys out of the box, we promise to put them back now. If the rest of Legacy can live up to this book, then I think we're in for a good little ride. Overall, I would give this one a strong 8.5 out of 10. So that's the book, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. And as always, why not check out some of these other videos I've been working on? Then you can follow me on social media at Cape Joel. And if you're feeling in a supportive mood, you might want to become a patron. Patrons get exclusive access to videos and content before anyone else, and you can do so for as little as $1 a month. So until next time, everyone, this has been Cape Joel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all again later. Bye-bye.